Oh, hello there. Welcome to Screen Wipe. I'm your host, Eileen Dover. That book was full of bullshit. A bit like press regulation and film regulation, really. Whole hunk of bullshit. Today we're going to be sitting down with this delightful little programme, and we're going to be looking at how film and press regulations changed over the years. Maybe for the better, maybe for the worse. But if we're going to be honest, press regulation, that's a whole nother fuckload of shit. Anyway, let's start off with one of the first people, Arthur Watkins. My god, he was one hell of a twat.
I'm Arthur Watkins, and I fucking hate the lower class.
So, Mr. Watkins, why the umbrella?
This umbrella, it protects me from the lower class scum. I call it hegemony.
Hey Dad, look at my picture. Do you like it?
Shut up, Jimmy.
We do not condone child violence. After Arthur Watkins, another twat came along, John Trevelyan.
Hi, I'm John Trevelyan.
So, Mr. Trevelyan, would you mind telling us how you think your term in charge of the BBFC went?
Boobs, 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 boobs.
Mr. Trevelyan, surely.
After John Trevelyan, along came Stephen Murphy.
Hi, I'm Stephen Murphy.
Mr. Murphy, we have your family. Ban the film. After a relatively short spell, in came James Furman.
So, would you mind introducing yourself to us?
Why yes, I'm James Furman, the chief censor of the BBFC.
So, Mr. Furman, we understand that you were not a fan of violence in movies. So, why are there Rambo posters on your fireplace?
What Rambo posters? I don't condone violence in movies, and I never have, and I never will.
The copycat theory talks about people imitating what they see in films. Here's a little example of that happening now. Crash. That really wasn't a good film. I don't know how it got through the censors. Anyway, here's our version of it. I am so horny right now. Obviously, with film regulation changing over the years, lots of different things have been happening with censorship. Back when BBFC started in 1912, they were much more stricter with the censorship than they are today. John Trevelyan was one of the few people who actually got a bit more relaxed when it came to censorship. Because of this, nowadays, self-regulation is a very important thing in society. With the rise of DVD players and the internet, people can start self-regulating what they watch. However, because of this, desensitization can happen. This is when people are no longer affected by the violence they see on TV or film. Because of this, most of them just end up being zombies, basically. Hey Josh, pass the popcorn. Because of self-regulation in recent years, more people are becoming numb after watching films, like you saw in that last clip. Basically, more horrible films like Irreversible being released, and that was a horrible film pushing the boundaries of what we find acceptable as a society. This is what we call the bottom-up theory.
What the fuck, man?
Oh, sorry, spoke too soon. So, that's film regulation. Honestly, not as bad as I thought it would be. Do you want to take over press regulation? Don't mind if I do. Press regulation is actually a lot worse than film regulation, as you're about to find out. Right everybody, I know the Leveson inquiry wasn't really the best thing for us here at PCC, so after lots of careful thought, deliberation, many sleepless nights, we finally come up with a way around this. Everybody, the PCC, I'm now happy to introduce the IPSO. One of the key cases in the Leveson inquiry was the Madeleine McCann case. The intrusion of privacy was one of the key factors in this one.
The press have been painting us as the bad guys, but we've done nothing wrong. We just want Maddie back.
Excuse me, Mrs. McCann. What's that down there?
One of the key cases for press regulation was the article Jan Moyer wrote about the death of Stephen Gately. She was one hell of a bitch.
Stupid deaths, funny cause it's true. Stupid deaths. Why there was nothing much about the death of Stephen Gately?
Wait a second! Jan Moyer!
I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
Jinkies!
So, Mr. Murdoch, what are your thoughts on the phone hacking scandal? Also raised some very important questions about the Prime Minister Tony Blair's relationship with Rupert Murdoch.
We are currently en route to interview Tony Blair in regards to the accusations against his personal relationship with Rupert Murdoch. Let's see what he has to say. Mr. Blair?
No, there's nothing to say. Mr. Murdoch, any final thoughts?
Oh, why, hello there, and welcome to his informative motion picture on how to break the editor's code. Hey, Jimmy, do you want to be a journalist?
Not really. I want to be an astronaut.
Perfect! As a journalist, Jimmy, it's very important that you learn the editor's code so you can break every single part of it.
But breaking's bad.
Ah, you will be broken if you don't shut up.
What?
Nothing! Anyway, you can break such classic things such as harassment or intrusion of privacy. Take Hugh Grant, for instance. That was one of my favourites.
What the hell are you doing?
Step 1, harassment. Shut up, Jimmy.
Step 2, invasion of privacy. Hello, Jimmy. Step 3, intrusion of grief. So, you've just been in a car crash. How do you feel?
My sister's dead!
Perfect! So, Jimmy, my lad, wasn't that amazing?
It doesn't seem very ethical.
Your bullshit isn't ethical, Jimmy.
So, there we go. That was media regulation. Wasn't it a big pile of shit like I said it would be? Well, I've been your host, I leaned over, and I think it's time for me to go and trigger Brexit. Goodbye.